Ever wondered how to make the perfect cheesecake at home? Well, let me tell you, it's more than just a sweet indulgence. It's about embracing the culinary artist within you. It's about crafting a symphony of flavors right in your own kitchen. Making your own cheesecake at home offers a world of benefits. You get to play around with the flavors, adding a dash of your personality in every bite. Ever thought of a chocolate orange cheesecake or perhaps a cinnamon apple one? The possibilities are endless when you're the chef. Moreover, there's a unique satisfaction that comes from creating something delicious from scratch. It's an edible masterpiece crafted with love. And let's not forget, homemade means cost-effective. You'll be saving quite a few dollars compared to store-bought options. So, get ready to roll up your sleeves, because we are about to embark on a culinary journey to create the perfect homemade cheesecake. First things first, gather all the necessary ingredients. The heart and soul of our cheesecake lies in its ingredients. Now let's dive right into what we need to whip up this creamy goodness. First up, we have cream cheese. It's the star of our show, and it brings that creamy, luscious texture to our cheesecake. You'll need about 2 pounds of this silky delight. Make sure it's at room temperature for a smoother blend. Next on the list is granulated sugar. About 1.5 cups should do the trick. Sugar acts as the perfect sweet counterpart to our tangy cream cheese, balancing the flavors beautifully. Now let's talk about eggs. We'll need 3 large ones. Eggs are the binding agents in our recipe, holding all the other ingredients together and giving our cheesecake its firm yet delicate structure. Moving on to vanilla extract, our flavor enhancer. A teaspoon of this will impart a subtle sweet aroma that complements the flavors of the cream cheese and sugar. Then we have graham cracker crumbs. 2 cups of these beauties will form the foundation of our cheesecake, our crust. The crunchy contrast to our creamy filling, making every bite a delightful experience. Next, we need melted butter, 3/4 cup to be precise. Butter is the glue that holds our graham cracker crumbs together, and its rich, savory flavor elevates the crust to a whole new level. And finally, a pinch of salt. Yes, you heard it right. Salt is the secret ingredient that heightens the sweetness and balances the overall flavor profile of our cheesecake. So there you have it, folks. Cream cheese, granulated sugar, eggs, vanilla extract, graham cracker crumbs, melted butter, and a pinch of salt. The magnificent 7 that will come together to create our mouth-watering cheesecake. With all these ingredients ready, we're set to start the exciting part of our cheesecake journey. Now it's time to prepare the crust, the foundation of any good cheesecake. And believe me, it's as easy as pie. Or should I say, cheesecake. Here's what you need to do. Start by mixing your graham cracker crumbs with some melted butter. You're going for a consistency that's a bit like wet sand. Not too dry, not too soggy, just right. You know, Goldilocks would be proud. Next, you're going to press that scrumptious mixture into the bottom of a trusty spring-form pan. You want to make sure it's nice and even, so take your time. It's not a race after all. Once you're happy with your crust, it's time for a quick bake. Pop it in the oven for about 10 minutes. This will help it set and give your cheesecake that delightful crunch. And voila, you have your crust ready. Now let's move on to the creamy filling. Next up, the star of the show, the creamy, dreamy cheesecake filling. Now don't be intimidated. The process is as simple as pie, or should I say cheesecake. First and foremost, let's tackle our main ingredient, the cream cheese. We're aiming for smooth sailing here, so take your cream cheese and beat it until it's as smooth as a silk sheet on a summer's day. Remember, the smoother your cream cheese, the creamier your filling, and ultimately, the dreamier your cheesecake. Next, we're going to sweeten the deal. Add in your sugar and beat it again. This step is like sending your cream cheese on a sweet little vacation, adding that touch of sweetness that makes a cheesecake a cheesecake. Don't rush this step. Let the sugar and cream cheese become fast friends. Now it's time for the eggs. But hold your horses, we're not adding them all at once. We're going to treat these eggs like VIP guests at a party, introducing them one at a time. This way, each egg gets the chance to mingle and blend in perfectly with the cream cheese and sugar. Finally, it's time for our secret weapon, the vanilla extract. This is what takes your cheesecake from, oh, this is nice, to, oh my stars, this is heavenly. Pour in your vanilla extract and give it one last beat. As you beat, you'll notice the magical transformation taking place. The cream cheese, sugar, eggs, and vanilla are no longer separate ingredients, but have come together to create something truly spectacular. You've just created the creamy, dreamy filling that's going to make your cheesecake the star of any dessert table. And there you have it, folks. The cream cheese is smooth, the sugar is sweet, the eggs are perfectly incorporated, and the vanilla has added that special touch. You've done it! You've made the perfect cheesecake filling. Now that we have our filling, it's time to assemble our cheesecake. All right, it's time to bring it all together and assemble our cheesecake. This is where the magic happens, folks. With our crust cooled and our filling whipped to creamy perfection, we're ready to unite these two elements and create something truly divine. First, let's tackle the filling. Now don't just dump it in all at once. We're not making a splash in the pool on a hot summer day. No, we're creating culinary art. Pour the filling gently into the center of the crust. This way, it will naturally spread to the edges, filling every nook and cranny of our crust with creamy goodness. As the filling settles, you might notice a few small air bubbles popping up to the surface. That's perfectly normal. But if you want your cheesecake to be as smooth as a baby's cheek, take a spatula and gently smooth out the top. This will also ensure your filling is evenly distributed across the crust. Now, here comes the part that might seem a bit peculiar. We're going to bake our cheesecake in a water bath. You heard it right, a water bath. This might seem like a fancy spa treatment for your dessert, but trust me, it's necessary. It provides a moist environment that helps the cheesecake bake evenly and prevents it from cracking. To do this, wrap your cheesecake pan in aluminum foil to prevent water from seeping in. Place it in a larger pan filled with about 1 inch of hot water. Bake it in a preheated oven for about an hour. The top should be set, but still a bit wobbly in the center. That's when you know it's done. Once it's baked to perfection, allow it to cool before moving to the final step. This cooling period is crucial. It allows the cheesecake to set and firm up, giving it that classic dense texture we all love. So resist the temptation to dig in right away. Patience is key, my friends. Your taste buds will thank you later. And that's it for the assembly, folks. Stay tuned for the grand finale where we add the final touches to our masterpiece. Finally, it's time for the finishing touches. Now this is where the magic happens, where your personality shines through. The topping of your cheesecake is the final flourish, the cherry on top, if you will, that can take a good cheesecake and make it extraordinary. There's a world of options out there, limited only by your imagination and your taste buds. Fresh fruit, for instance, is a classic choice. A scattering of ripe, juicy berries can add a burst of freshness that cuts through the richness of the cheesecake. Or how about slices of tangy kiwi or sweet, succulent peaches? The vibrant colors can make your cheesecake look as good as it tastes. Whipped cream is another crowd pleaser. Light, fluffy, and subtly sweet, it can balance out the dense, creamy texture of the cheesecake. You can pipe it on in delightful little rosettes or simply dollop it on top for a more rustic look. But let's not forget about sauces. A homemade sauce can elevate your cheesecake to gourmet status. Imagine a glossy, ruby red strawberry sauce or a rich, velvety chocolate ganache. There's also the option of a tangy lemon curd or a decadent salted caramel sauce. The choice is entirely yours. And of course, you can mix and match these options to your heart's content. Why not try a combination of fresh strawberries with a drizzle of chocolate sauce? Or a dollop of whipped cream with a sprinkle of crushed pistachios? The possibilities are endless. Remember, the goal here is not just to make a dessert, but to create an experience. The topping of your cheesecake is your signature, your final statement. So don't be afraid to get creative, to experiment, to make it uniquely yours. And there you have it, the perfect homemade cheesecake. So go on, dig in and enjoy this heavenly dessert. We hope you enjoyed this journey into the world of cheesecake making. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and like this video. We would love to see your own cheesecake creations or hear about your unique toppings and variations. So don't be shy, drop us a comment below. And if you're interested in more culinary adventures and delicious recipes like this, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you won't miss a single bite. Thank you for joining us on this delicious journey. Remember, the kitchen is your canvas, so get creative and happy baking.